Greetings and welcome to my channel. Well, it's been a while since we spoke, about 2 months, but I think we're long overdue. And I got a couple of things that I want to talk about. The first thing I want to talk about, of course, is the title of this video, 85,000 subs. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching my videos, thank you for hitting that subscribe button, and thank you for leaving all of those algorithm feeding comments too. It is doing well, but nowhere near as well as it could be, and that onus is on me. The pace is not quite what I would like. I'd like to hit 100,000 by the end of the year, and at the current pace, it is going to fall a little bit short. So I'm going to have to raise my game. Things on the channel have been a little bit stagnant here for a while, and I've probably been doing some series longer than I should have. There's a couple of reasons for that. One, the simple one, and you might pick it up in my voice, this year, like no other year, has been bad for allergies for me. Oh, I am just getting destroyed. I mean, that's kind of the reason you got one video last night, and if you heard me, I was really struggling with it, and I had to do a lot of cuts. That's one thing. Now, the bigger issue is I am actually in the process of moving. Now, my distance isn't going to be very long, but I currently have a large space, and I'm moving to a smaller space. This is a good thing for me. The problem with having a lot of space is that your amount of junk will rise to meet your space. So I have a lot of purging to do. I have a feeling once this is all done, I'm going to be able to focus a lot stronger on the channel. And I think that's just going to benefit everything. And speaking of the channel, as I said, things have been kind of stagnant here for a while. Like I said, a few new things, but nowhere near as much as I need to be. I need to be getting and doing new things. I'd also like to steer a little bit, at least part of the channel, back towards PC things. In terms of PC games, Raft did very well, and Raft is waiting for whenever they're going to do that update, the Chapter 3 stuff. As soon as they have that out there, and I want it released, I don't want it like experimental, I will definitely go right back to doing Raft. Raft did very well on my channel for a PC game, and I really would like to get back in there. I've tried some things. Stranded Deep did well for a while. It was kind of a weird thing because the last episode, after several days, had barely reached 700 views, and it really kind of dragged things down. So I was like, oh, I really shouldn't have done that episode. In the meantime, it's actually gone up to 2,300 views. Not that I'm going back to Stranded Deep at this point, but I thought that was kind of interesting. It's a phenomenon that happens. Sometimes when you have a series, YouTube likes to push the last episode out. For instance, if you look back at Cash Incorporated, I did 54 episodes of that one. It did very well. I kind of dropped it for moral reasons because of what they did. They put some really bad, shifty stuff in there. But if you look back at it, I think that last episode has like 90,000 views or something like that. So it just kind of happens that way sometimes. There are some things I'd like to try. Some things I did recently really didn't work. Subnautica Below Zero died a lot quicker than I thought it was going to. I was thinking that would probably be a little bit better because it does have some story elements. But whoa, you guys just didn't want to see that. So that's fine. And of course, I also tried Evil Genius 2. I think that one was something I probably shouldn't have grabbed on the first day. I probably should have waited a couple of days and seen what the reviews were going to be. And most of the reviews I saw were like, it's not really very interesting. It's kind of the samey thing all over. It's just, you're kind of waiting for things to happen. So I can kind of understand why that didn't do too well on the channel. That's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. You try something, you hope it works. If it doesn't work, you move on. Kind of waiting for things to happen with Empire on the Undergrowth, which is something that does very well on my channel. It's just that I kind of need to have some more content for that. Now, I was thinking I might do the last map I did, Occupation, on hard mode. So that might be something you'll be seeing coming maybe this weekend or something like that. So I'm just keeping an eye open. And I keep an eye open on games that might be of interest to you guys. See, the problem with mobile gaming, I look at a lot of mobile games, by the way. I mean, if somebody suggests something, I look at it, and then I'm like, oh, that's just, yeah, I just looked at a new game today, I think it was AFK Summoners, because I had put a pre-register in for it because I saw it. Oh my goodness, that game is just terrible. So you're not going to see that one. No, 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 you're not going to see that one. And it seems that most of the mobile games that come out these days are very give me your money type of things. I mean, worse than ever before. One of the reasons for this is because you have like the big software companies are getting involved. One of the reasons that I believe that Monster Legends went to where it was is because who bought it several years ago. You could see the turn in the game, and once I saw loot boxes, I was realizing, yeah, the end is near. And they just, they put out a new tier of creatures. They say, buy them if you want to compete. And then 6 months later, those guys are all obsolete because you have to buy the new ones, I mean, once upon a time, you had creatures, monsters that were actually interesting, and you had kind of like, I really like this monster, but all of a sudden now they're all meaningless and useless. So, yeah, I mean, that's really kind of, unfortunately, where a lot of these games are going now. They have big publishers behind them, and they just want to milk you for all your money. I recently tried Summoner's War Lost Centurion on the channel. I mean, that game was okay. It's just that there wasn't a lot of interest in that at all. I mean, normally I would kill it after the first episode, given how many people just weren't interested in it. It wasn't even a matter of, they didn't come back for the second one. You guys didn't even want to see the first episode of that. So I did 3 just to put it out there. And and you guys really don't want to see that. So don't worry about it. Other than what you're seeing in the background, you're not going to see any more of it. I did get the silver at the end of this, so just saying that. So I'm very hard pressed for things to do on the channel. So I don't really know what kind of things that I should be doing in terms of like PC. I keep getting asked from Minecraft. They have a big update going right now. It's still in development. The Caves update, that's 1.17. After that, I'll probably maybe do a little series on that and see how that works out. There's a couple of other things too. I might take another shot at 7 days when the new alpha comes out. I don't know what the timetable on that is. Alpha 20, might try that again. One thing that I need to do is I do need to get a new computer. And I think once the move is done, that's something that I'm going to look into almost immediately, even though it is going to take time to get it. And given the situations around the world at the moment, yeah, it may end up being like expensive or hard to get because parts are apparently a problem these days. Especially if I want to do more PC gaming down the line. I kind of resisted doing Ark when the new island came out, the new free one. I forget at the moment. Crystal Isles, that was it. The reason is because I didn't think that my PC could do it justice, so I kind of stayed away from it. But the thing about it is if I can get a cool upgrade and make it really look good, maybe in the future we can do stuff like that. There are games coming up that I want to play. I did actually want to play Cyberpunk 2077 on the channel. I just couldn't get it to work on my PC. I even upgraded it to Windows 10, which, by the way, was a tragic mistake because, that is such a dog. It is such a dog. But I ended up refunding because I couldn't get it to work. And, of course, all the problems with that game basically shows you that these developers really need not to release something that's half-baked. That company had a lot of success with The Witcher 3, because it was rock solid when it was released. If they'd kept it for another year and fixed it and made sure it was good, it would have been a blockbuster. As it is, it's, a bad comment in the history of software at the moment. So I'm always looking for new things to put on the channel, and I do follow up on your suggestions. If I don't know them, I look them up. If it's something I've done already, I usually respond. If you want to know if I've actually done something, the easiest way to do that is to go to the search on YouTube, type in GameHopping and then the name of the game, and then it'll pretty much tell you if I've done it. I mean, I've done over 5,500 videos on my channel. Chances are I've done at least one video of a lot of games that you could probably name already. I watch out for new ones, but they all have their issues. If I find something good, I try to put it up at least one video to see whether or not there's an interest in it or not. If I think it's going to be something significant, then I'll put a 1 on it. If I put a 1 on something, it probably means I think it's going to do good. In some cases, that just doesn't work out very well. But I am watching things, and I do want to get as much new stuff going. And I want to grow my audience, obviously. There's just some things that I can and I can't do. I put a video recently about Pocket Ants, about what they're doing with Pocket Bees in the future. And, that's kind of about it. There isn't much I can do with that. Unless they add something or have an event, I really can't do any videos for that game. I'd love to, because it does great. It does best than anything on the channel. I would love to put videos out every day. There just isn't a lot to do with that. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for now. Hopefully when this move thing is done, I can get to doing newer things, and I can get an upgrade, and things will work out a lot better in the future. And we can get to 100K by the end of the year. Anyway, thank you very much for your attention. I really appreciate it. And play games, because games are fun. See ya.